Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Michelle Young.
And I'm Nina Nicole. Okay.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Michelle Young.
And I'm Nina Nicole. Period.
Yeah, that sounds very clear. Yeah.
Okay. Just press start, girl. Hey guys.
Hi, I'm Michelle.
And I'm Nina Nicole. And we are the founders and owners of the Full Package Contest. And we are here to talk to you today about some stuff. We're back to business. We've been gone
Yes,
for a little
back to
while.
business.
So we're here to update you guys on what we've been doing. We've been very, very busy.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's been extremely busy. And we're also joined here in the studio with the founders of Work Hard, Play Hard. So they're going to be hanging out with us today, and we know there's lots of questions. A lot of you have been DMing us and emailing us. Everybody wants to know, what has happened since the full package, stopped our filming, and so we want to kind of give you guys an update as well as give you some backstory for everybody who's new to who we are and who the full package is.
Yep. And if you hear anyone talking in the background, that is our lovely partners, Work Hard, Play Harder. And they're just going to keep us on track, ask us some questions. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So, for myself, um, just working on new music, and then we're also working on post production of the TV show. And it was lots and lots of filming. We did all of our filming from November to March, and our film nights were between 6 hours and 8 hours. So just going through that with our production team, making sure everything's tidy, looks good to go, and very great quality. So we know you guys are going to love it. Very much behind the scenes, going to meetings, networking. But
Yeah, and we want everybody to know as well, we filmed, it was our first season, and most of our team, we've never done this before. My actual background has nothing to do with this at all. It's more in the business world. And so it's been quite a learning process, but really the bigger picture, also why, we've kind of been, quiet for several months, is we took it very, very seriously. The artist that came along this journey with us, which, if you may not know, was about 4.5 months long in total of filming, but we took it very seriously, that they trusted us, that they gave us a chance in our first season without having any idea what they were going to experience. And so, in the off season, we are taking a lot of time and attention to build relationships with other people in the community, towards what we want to do for season two, having relationships with other businesses for sponsorship purposes, and in general, obviously making sure that the actual production is exactly, portraying the emotions and the integrity and the fun, because it was a lot of fun. We want to make sure that all of that is conveyed to our viewers, and that we're giving, the artists who participated, that we're giving them our very best because they gave us their best.
yeah. And it's been a lot of doing background meetings and getting a lot more opportunities for meeting new people. whether that's studios or
Shout out to Soul
different-
Haven.
yes, shout out to Soul Haven Studios, one of our newest sponsors.
Yes.
If you don't know who they are, they have an amazing studio with some amazing engineers. And so we've got John Terrell and we have Zion Odinson, who saw, they actually came to, Zion came to two of our filmings. And he was like, this is the first time I've ever seen any production like this, especially in the area.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to basically hop on and see where we can go together with that. So that's super exciting. So they're
Yeah.
going to be a part of that for season 2. We're definitely trying to advocate and create more exposure for the artists in the area. So being that it was season 1, there was a lot of things to learn, a lot to learn. And we also learned that we can't do this by ourselves. So whether that's
Yeah.
networking with more people, teaming up with people that are like-minded, that's the most
Mhm.
important thing. So, work hard, play harder, and create and elevate marketing. And then Soul Haven Studios, everyone else that's been working with us, we're super grateful. So we're just going to make the community start webbing together,
And we do appreciate, Kayla and Javon coming out here tonight to help us kind of get a strong message as we kind of dive into some social media campaigning, as well as, building our new website, where everything is about preparing for the promotion, but also preparing for, future seasons of, what's to come.
Okay. So we've been behind the scenes planning a very special event for you guys, for the contestants, for our team, the judges, for the community. So on January 11th, we are going to be holding our world premiere of the first 2 live auditions. Hey.
We're so excited.
Yes, we're so excited to put this out into the world so you guys can see it. You guys can hear the amazing artists that come from this area. And I know we're going to delve into that a little bit later on.
Yeah.
But we're super excited for you guys to see everything that we've done and just the amazing contestants. They put so much work in and also living their normal lives of, working their jobs, paying their bills, taking care of their families, and still showing up for every episode and writing new songs for every episode that we gave them, every new challenge. But yeah, we're so excited. January 11th, it'll be
Mark it
at
down.
Family Fun Experience in Virginia Beach, and it'll be at 5 p.m. So, and it's a black and white tie affair.
Yes. Yeah.
So we're dressing fancy, we're eating fancy food, some charcuterie, and so we're
Gonna be
super excited.
A true red carpet. We'll be taking some, photos on the red carpet, so we're taking this as seriously as any movie premiere, because to us, this is a premiere of not only just the full package contest, Virginia, but also, just again, showcasing each individual artist. And this is a big deal for our area, filming this type of TV show to the level that we filmed it. We've been spinning on pins and needles, excited, but this event is going to be, truly amazing. And, we want you guys to come out. It starts at 5, like Nina said. We'll probably go to 11. We're going to be previewing all of the audition footage, which is basically the first 2 episodes. And because, we had a lot of people who joined the process with us, we broke it up into 4 separate episodes. So we're going to be viewing all 4 episodes that night, because we wanted to make sure everybody was heard, whether they made it onto the show or they didn't make it on the show. Again, we want everybody to be heard who took a chance with us, and we want everybody's art to be showcased in this event. So we're very excited. We'll have some snacks, like Nina said. Family Fun Experience Theater is amazing. Tim, the owner, we've been talking to him for months. It's just a really beautiful venue right down on the ocean front. So we're really, really, really excited for you guys to come out to this event. And we hope that you'll, bring some family and friends along. And, obviously, if you have other artists that that didn't participate, this is a great time to bring them out. Or if you're an artist yourself who has been kind of watching us and see what we're doing and, wants to kind of see what it'd be like to come on season 2.
Yeah.
This is going to be a good event to come out and just take a look at those audition episodes. And, you know, we just know you're going to love it because we absolutely love it. You know, we just enjoyed watching the footage, and we've cried and we've laughed, and we've just, you know, realized that how truly unique and special, you know, this was, which I don't think we really truly knew, you know, from the start of this project, how truly meaningful it was going to turn out to be, you know, stemmed, you know, from a dream, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yep.
but
So I'm sure a lot of people know that Michelle and I are like two peas in a pod. So anywhere that we go, if it's a music event, networking event, we are always there together. So that being said, every single process of this, her and I equally delve out the work. If she can't do something, then I do it. If I can't do it, then she does it. And that's why we're such great business partners together and best friends as well. So, mainly, you know, figuring out how fancy we want to make it, like decorations, definitely red carpet premiere, our outfits, making sure that the timelines are good to go and that we're able to bring out as many people as we can. And someone had asked us before, I remember they were like, what's your biggest basically like mode of like promotion and stuff? And we're very big like word of mouth people.
oh yeah,
Yeah. So you'll see us out at multiple events throughout the months and we'll just come out, support people, but then we're always going to go talk to certain people to try to get those connections. So definitely trying to bring the community together and have them come out to this event. What else would you say? There's a lot of stuff we're working on.
it's been
for
a
this
lot.
event.
Yeah. Trying to also, obviously, we want to invite, you know, people who in the area that, you know, working for, you know, local radio and television. You know, we want to, you know, broadcast this locally. I know a lot of people have been wondering, you know, what announcements we'll be making, you know, at the event. You know, we're working very, very, very hard on several different avenues. We have a lot of options, you know, of avenues we want to take the show. And so I just want to say at this particular event, we may or may not be having, you know, some crazy big announcements about where this is going. And I think most people know Nina and I are the type of individuals who we take a lot of time and care into making really big decisions. And, you know, we want to make sure, again, to do justice to, you know, the artists who participated, but future artists as well, along with, you know, to ourselves. You know, we have a whole team. We have 16 people on our team, which if you've seen our recent Instagram and Facebook posts, you'll see our entire team on there. So everybody has really, really worked hard in, you know, promoting this, and not only just the show itself, but obviously the upcoming event. So Nina and I are going to take a lot of time and consideration before we kind of just jump into any major decisions about, you know, where we want to stream it, you know, in particular, or who we want to partner with. You know, you gotta take time and pray about it sometimes. You don't want to just jump into, you know, business deals with people who, you know, you're not quite sure of their principles, and, you know, just the seriousness of what we're trying to do and change in our area and beyond. You know, we have to, you know, take it slow. So we're sorry. We are so sorry that this seems to be taking so long. You know, I think both
We're
of us
sorry,
are
but we're also
impatient.
not sorry. Yeah.
We've been a little impatient ourselves. Like, when is this? You know, when are we gonna know? Like, when are the big, you know, when's the biggest news coming? But we don't want to rush into anything. You know, we want to slowly, you know, nurture what we have, and, you know, that way we can, you know, really, really bring it to fruition in the most beautiful way possible.
And this whole process has also taught us is we're more concerned about quality over how quickly we can get stuff out. And we know everyone, like she said, even us, we're like, okay, like let's get going, let's get this stuff out. And to really get something to where it needs to be, we need to take our time. So we've very much been doing that, but also we've been doing it as fast as we possibly can in the smartest ways to make smart decisions. And I'm sure other business owners, specifically female business owners, can understand this. Going to different people and having meetings is very important to, you know, have that discernment and be able to decide what's the right thing for us and for our business. But for the most part, everyone that we've met and that's been a part of us, they've been amazing. And we're excited to even just show you guys all the people that we've been working with. And yeah, just being a business owner. And this is like when we started the TV show, neither of us had any experience in TV shows. It was kind of just like a cliff dive. You know, Michelle, she had a dream about it, and we'll tell a little story in a little bit about how we came together, but we just did it. Like we literally just did it. We started and back to the taking time for quality. But May of last year was when we officially started everything and we got our team together. And we had meetings every single week on Wednesdays with our team, our amazing team. Shout out to you guys. We love you.
Yes.
But yeah, all the way from May of last year until November was all planning. We were not about to come out there and try to do something for the community and for the artist and not put our absolute whole hearts and soul into it. So that's what we're doing right now as well. And it's going to be amazing.
It's kind of mind blowing when you think about it, how, you know, just from May until we started, you know, the first filming in November, like that was actually a really short period of time to lay an entire business foundation with the production and everything. Like I sit back and I'm like, wow, that was honestly quite the Hail Mary. Like it was mind blowing. Sure. We were working 7 days a week, day and night on top of our regular careers, you know, but you know, this is the part that is definitely taking the longest. This takes the absolute just so long. So look, I'm like we're complaining now, but it really is taking forever. But yeah, so we just want to get you the best. Okay. Yeah. So a lot of people have kind of seen, you know, we've had some podcast interviews before on how the full package started. And, you know, I also spoke about it during one of our filming episodes. I think it was the finale, maybe. Yeah. And so Nina and I are both, you know, really, really big advocates of mental health and taking care of yourself. And so it kind of plays a big role into how we ended up doing this. But just to kind of tell my part of the backstory. So at the time of this dream, which was an actual dream, I was pretty much going through the worst moment in my entire life. You know, I was had dealt with, you know, some really bad, you know, devastations in my life, and, you know, pretty extreme. And at this point, I was in bed for months. You know, I was just felt like there was really nothing else there for me. And I know a lot of people can sympathize with that when you lose so much, so many people, and, you know, you just feel like, you know, there's really no point. Like, why am I even here? And I even, I always cry when I tell this story, but, you know, I actually even contemplated taking my life, which is crazy. You know, if I didn't have children, which if most of you don't know, I actually have, you know, 21 and 18-year-old. And so if it wasn't for them, obviously I don't know if I would be here, you know. But during this, you know, very traumatic time I was going through, I went to sleep one night and I had this dream. And music has always been a part of my background. You know, in church, I grew up singing, writing music, you know, in the church. Never really did anything outside of it other than theater, you know, local city theater, chorus and school drama. But I've always, you know, had a very strong connection to music, you know, in different, you know, difficult times in my life. And so in this dream, I had a dream that we were kind of up on this hill, like an amphitheater style, and it was this TV show going on, and it was a like a music competition. And in this I was standing there, but I wasn't just standing there viewing, I was like running it. And so, I just, the whole dream played out from start to finish. And so I woke up the next morning and I was just kind of, I remembered everything so vividly, which usually I don't, so I was just like, this has to mean something. And so for the first time in about 4.5 months, I decided to peel myself out of bed and go to Hooked on Hookah. Shout out to Hooked on Hookah, Hookah in Newport News, who was reopened. And we are so excited for you. We just went there a couple weeks ago to check them out. But so I went out there, I just need to get out of the house, and I hadn't been out in so long. I just need to go. I want to go hear music. So Nina, I met her previously at Hooked on Hookah at an open mic. So I decided to go out and check out and see, if the open mic was going on. It was a Friday night. So I went out to Hooked on Hookah and I walked into the room, and I was standing in the middle of the room, and Nina was singing her song called Rewind. And I literally, don't do it. I literally started like sobbing, and it just, something about that song and the way that she performs it and sings it, it completely changed everything for me. And if you don't know much about that song, the song is about letting go of a person or people who hurt you, or they're very toxic, and about kind of loving yourself and being okay with your boundaries, not feeling guilty for the boundaries that you set, which touched exactly where I was. And in that moment, watching her and watching, there was 5 or 6 other artists who were performing that night, I was just blown away. And I was like, oh, it was just the light bulb. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, I'm really supposed to do this dream. And but I knew I couldn't do it alone, because again, I'm not a current producer, music artist performing. It had been years since I'd done that. And so after the show was done, I approached Nina and I was like, you're going to think this is crazy, but I had a dream that I did this song competition, this songwriting performance competition. And I think you're supposed to do it with me. Now, she only met me one other time in her entire life.
Yeah.
So I'll let you tell the story from your side of it, of my blubbering, because I was crying. She ran over and hugged me and she was like, I haven't seen you in so long, where you been? But I'll let her kind of tell her side of the story, which is, this is why music is so powerful.
Yeah. I appreciate that. I love you. Yeah, so back to Hooked on Hookah. This was about 2 years ago. And at the time I was serving in the military. Also, happy Veterans Day. Yes. Shout out to my veterans.
Yes, happy Veterans.
But I was currently like active duty at the time. And I actually had a couple other friends in the military that created music. And so I was supposed to sign to a record label that didn't work out. And that's how I ended up at Hooked on Hookah in Newport News. Now, that didn't work out, but the owners at the time, they wanted me to perform by myself every Friday as the headliner. And, I was like, I don't know, like, I'm definitely going to do it. But I feel like I need to bring some other people with me that have the same passion. So every single Friday, it was called Friday Fame at Hooked on Hookah. There was people that would come in on Fridays and sign up for the open mic. And I had told them, look, if you come 3 times in a row, I will start paying you. So I actually had about like 7 people that stayed with me throughout the entire process. Wow. They came every Friday and I paid them. And I guess that was my first time being a businesswoman, and I didn't know I was doing that. But yes, for Michelle, so one night she had come in with someone else, and having a good time. We're drinking, having fun, and
dressed in palm dress.
Yes,
eventually
she had just came off of a yacht party, and she came to little old Hooked on Hookah, and that was the first time that I met her. And me being the extroverted person that I am, I ran up to her and I said, "This is gonna be weird, but you kind of look like my mom." And so she was like, "Oh my god, I love that." So I gave her a hug. We were hugging. We actually knocked the hookah over and broke it, but we're not going to talk about
We
that.
literally did.
And so after that, it was just like both of our personalities, like we could tell that we clicked with each other. And I hadn't seen her for like months after that. And so the story she was just telling, yeah, I was on stage singing Rewind, and that song is actually about a lot of people think it's about like a spouse or like a lover or something, but it was actually about my father. So the song is talking about I wish we could go back in time and make everything all right. Basically, I wish like none of the traumatizing stuff happened, but also realizing that it's okay that they're not in your life.
Mm-hmm.
So with everything that she was going through at the time, it was like perfect, imperfectly perfect that that song was going on at that time. But yeah, she came up to me and I was already there for a year and I was ready to move on to the next thing, whether that was my own music or the next opportunity. But I realized that I liked being a businesswoman. So when she came to me and she asked if I wanted to film a TV show with her, of course I was skeptical in the way of how are we going to do this? How are we going to fund it? How are we going to do a business plan? How are we going to get people on our team? And every step of the way, we figured it out.
Yeah.
Like we literally figured it out. So we were going out to all these open mics. We were finding the artists that we knew that was like serious about music. And I'm sure all of you know, or if you don't, I'm a producer, beat maker, singer, songwriter, like all that kind of
Incredible.
stuff. I appreciate that.
Incredible.
But like we wanted, if we were going to have people on our team, we wanted them to be just as serious as we are
Yes.
about what we're doing. And yeah, and here we are today, filmed a whole season of a TV show after all of that and building our team. So it's definitely been fulfilling and it's been in fruition. But yeah, it's been amazing. Yeah. That's good.
I cried.
Yeah.
I'm the crier. Well, we both are the criers,
Yeah.
but we're both very, very sentimental. I wouldn't say emotional, but we are
Yeah.
very sentimental. Like we really, really care about people and we want people to,
Yeah.
you know, and to feel their best. And I know for myself, you know, when the first contestant came out, of course, I wasn't necessarily taking in the ambiance in that exact moment
Yeah.
because I was very much in like director mode, like get this, get that,
Right.
make sure everything's perfect the way we want it.
All in high heels, by the way.
Yes, every time in high heels.
Period.
I love my high heels.
Right.
But there was definitely a moment throughout the night that several people came up to me. You know, Sirach was one of them.
Mhm.
You know, Sirach came up to me, who was obviously one of our hosts, and he was just like, "Look what you did.
Yeah.
Like, do you realize what y'all did? Like
Mhm.
for these artists?" And you know, that was when it kind of I got really emotional. So I was probably halfway through the night, but I just kind of looked around the room and you know, had like a little deja vu moment.
Yeah.
It wasn't an amphitheater, but it
No.
felt like an amphitheater. In that moment, it just felt so surreal. And, you know, I just felt like, wow, like this is really what we're supposed to be
Yeah.
doing. And just like watching people, you know, be happy,
Yeah.
happy and excited, and to see how seriously we were taking it. A lot of people, I think, did not realize how serious we were
Mhm.
taking it with the production. And we had an amazing team, Hybrid Productions.
Hey.
Shout out, you know, to Cam and Alvin and Mike and Emily. Incredible. Like their professionalism honestly set the stage
For sure.
for the
Yeah.
entire show and for who we are. Like we
Yeah.
wouldn't be who we are without having such an amazing production team. But I would say, yeah, it was very, very surreal.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow, like we really, really did something that, you know, we'll live on, you know,
for sure.
our children and their children, something that they'll be proud of us
Yeah.
for generations to come.
Yeah. Definitely, like looking back at the first two episodes, they were so chaotic and organized at the same time. Like we
Yeah.
had like a bunch of papers printed out of like the itinerary of who was in like the set list, the order, like all that kind of stuff. And now like looking back at it, I'm not surprised, but I'm also surprised that it worked out so well because it was our first time doing it. Like
Yeah.
I had experience of like building set list and like timelines and stuff for artists to come on stage. And then you have experience in the actual like business side and making
Logistics,
sure
yeah.
the logistics are good, that people are where they need to be.
Yeah.
And then other than like being one of the co-owners and like helping where I could with like direction and logistics and stuff, myself and Ciroc Fox, famous comedian in the area, shout out
Yes.
to him.
Incredible.
He is my amazing co-host, so you'll see us on stage a lot. Um, but he was just so funny. Like whenever there
Yeah.
was an awkward time of like, because
Which
we were
were
doing
plenty.
yes, we're doing live filming, but we also had a live studio audience. So entertaining the people that are in the crowd,
Yeah.
entertaining the cameras, like our chemistry on stage was like amazing. And I remember the first episode he came up with note cards and he was like, I do we need to do a script? And he like started writing an opening script and I was like, no, get rid of it. Get rid of them. And so I told him to go throw it away, go put it somewhere. And that was the best thing that I could have done because our chemistry on stage, like I've heard so many people tell both of us, like
Yeah.
us and like me and Ciroc, that
It was
we
so
were like the
good.
perfect like yin and yang on
Yeah.
stage. And so those first two episodes was a lot of filling each other out in that environment. We had already been around our team and planning and trusting them and all that, but being in such a fast paced, like bop, 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 like environment,
Yeah.
like everyone really like they did that.
Pitched in.
Like they did
Like-
that in every capacity. And it's really crazy. Like even the first two episodes went really, really well.
It really
and
did.
for the contestants, they came out. And so when they came to the live auditions, they had to bring one of their own original songs. And so if you don't know, the full package is only an original songwriting competition.
Yes.
There's no covers. They can't even use like
Samples.
samples in their beats or in their songs. So everything that they came with had to be original music down to the drums. So, you know, all the contestants came out, they performed their original music, and we had our live judges panel. And shout out to them. So we had Dizzy the host, we had Roberta Lee, we had Kobe High, we had Hannon Lane, and we had Capo Santana. And so we had a couple more guest judges later in the season, but for those first two episodes, like them giving their feedback, that was like, I think that's the moment that I realized standing on stage as a host, like we're filming a TV show.
Yeah.
Like we're literally filming a TV show. Like everyone has a microphone in front of them. There's cameras, there's lights, there's an audience watching us. And it wasn't even like, it wasn't a matter of being nervous because of course I was nervous, but it was just, I felt so fulfilled.
Yeah.
And I felt so grateful that there was so many people that trusted us.
Yes.
That trusted us in our vision and our dream, and not even just that, but our work ethic, like everything that we are actually doing, and we're showing them the actions and not just the words. And so it was really crazy to see that many people be with us, like creating that and just developing this entire thing. And yeah, the contestants, they killed it. They killed it. So definitely January 11th, you guys will see those first two live auditions. And we're so like proud of them.
Mhm.
Like I know I said earlier, but they're working their jobs. Like they're working their actual lives, and they came out to every filming and they wrote a new song every 2 weeks off of the surprise themes that we gave them. And they got on that stage in front of 5 judges and an entire studio audience and cameras and lights, and you know, it definitely was, and it's going to be again because we're filming a season 2. But it was crazy in the best way. Yeah. hmm Yeah.
Whew.
the coordination of that. So I'll talk about like our team specifically right now.
Yeah.
So we have Cam Godley. So he's our head of film production and hybrid production. Shout out to our team. Then we have Zeke, who's also a producer, artist, singer songwriter. He was our head of sound engineering. So they were always, even to this day, like they're with us through every single step of it, especially the post production.
Yeah.
And then we had the rest of our team. They were working backstage. We had Arrington Gavin. We had Dezay. We had Lost in the Smoke. We had
Nito.
we had Nito, Smiley. Who else did we have? That's not on the news. That was there during the season.
I know we've had a lot of people added
Yeah.
to the team in the off season, and more will be added also once we finish. But yeah, we did have quite a few people that that came along with us in this.
Yeah.
Appreciate all of you, our team, who met every single week. We literally met every week to put this together, and we just want to say thank you. Thank you for everything that you did and that you are still doing and that you're going to do. And thank you for being so patient with us. But yeah, our definitely, right now, I would say the most work is coming from, Cam and his team, and from Zeke and Nina and myself, just basically the production side. Like our work never ends. We're doing narrations.
Yeah.
Just editing, making decisions. We've had arguments.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We've had definitely disagreements, which I love that for a team in any type of business. Just it really helps you to kind of build your character individually, but also to help understand how to communicate with the other person. And when you have 16 people, disagreements are going to be a regular part of business.
Yeah.
And, embracing that and instead of avoiding it is really, really, really important. Mm-hmm. And I feel like the full package in general, prior to this venture, I feel like I avoided a lot of confrontation and a lot of, business, just the frustrations of business. Whereas now, like, I know really helped with that too, but we really, really embrace growth within ourselves and within our team. But we really appreciate all of our team for everything that they did.
And also, real quick, so shout out to Buco Resto Bar in Virginia Beach. That's where we filmed our entire first season. And they also do an open mic every Wednesday called Virginia's Got Talent. Yes. So that's where we found a majority of our team members. And I used to perform there. Zeke used to perform there. Well, not used to. We still do sometimes. But shout out to them. Make sure you guys head out to Virginia Beach. And they just trusted us to do what we needed to do. They let us come in, whatever we needed to come in, like set up, do what we need to do. So definitely shout out to them for giving us a chance as well. Yeah. Ooh, our dynamic. Let me see. What did I say earlier? I told Kayla that I'm the unhinged one. So I'm the unhinged one in the matter of, like, I'm sure people notice when we go out together. Like, she's the more like Barbie-esque.
I'm gonna be standing in the corner. Of course, okay, let's just say, first of all, I am 40. So I could almost be her mom. She said I look like her mom, but I could almost technically I could, be her mom. But, I'm definitely more the, like, unless I have a few shots, which I did at that one event that we went to. And then next thing you know, you're going to catch me throwing ass. Sorry. That's going to be, if you catch me out in these streets doing any of that, then you have caught me at a really, really fun and interesting time, because I typically am like very, put together, and, I like to have fun, but I'm also like, I am in business mode a lot more. I tend to have a more serious side to me. Mm-hmm. This one over here, not so much. It doesn't matter if she has no alcohol or 5 shots of alcohol. Uh-huh. She is going to be, the life of the party, which is a really good balance, believe it
Yeah.
or not, in business.
Yeah.
But I will say, I never realized how serious her serious side was in business.
Yeah.
Like, we have disagreements
Yeah.
all the time. And I love, because this is what she'll say. She'll say, well, what if we, just did it this way, Michelle? Well, I was just thinking about, like, what if it was done this way? And I know when she says that, I know in that moment, she's like, I'm going to go the fuck off. But I don't want to be like that. So instead, we're just going to let me
my
just
composure.
what if she'll do it in an ask question versus in business, I'm very direct.
Yeah.
If I don't like something, like, we're not doing that. Like, we're not going to do that. This is why I'm not doing it.
Mhm.
Like, I'm not so much like, I do take consideration of people's
Yeah.
feelings, but I'm very direct when
Yeah.
it comes to business and anything to do with
Yeah.
business. But that's kind of my perception. But our
Mhm.
friendship has definitely, gotten closer
For sure.
since we went through this process. And I don't think I've ever had a friendship that has been so, like, honest and
Yeah.
like genuine.
For sure.
And really, like, I know this person really truly loves me for who I am and doesn't want to change me,
Right.
whether it's in business or personal. And so this journey through this business venture has honestly, it's changed my whole entire life personally. The confidence I have as a person, just having somebody who, really, really is there for me. Like, that's life changing.
Yeah.
So, but that's my side of it.
Yeah.
I'll let you tell.
No, I definitely agree with what you're saying. Like, and something, I think the timing that we met each other and the timing that we decided to be business partners was literally like the sweet spot.
Yeah.
Because, when people will say, like, don't open a business with your friend or,
Mhm.
Stuff like that. And it's just like, we grew both of those relationships at the same time,
Yep.
like literally intertwining. And so I call her almost every single day. Like, we talk on the phone
On the
every
way
single
home.
day. Yes. And no matter if I'm having a good day or a bad day, I know that I can call her and she's going to tell me either what I want to hear or what I don't want to hear.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times, what I don't want to hear is the most important. And I know we're both like that with each other as well. We're very honest. And even when it comes to the business conversations or disagreements, or I would say between you and I don't think we ever have true disagreements.
Mhm.
I feel like we both understand that it's a common problem we're trying to figure out.
Yeah.
And, you'll say your ideas of it, I'll say mine, but then we always come up with a compromise.
Yeah.
Or like a negotiation. And then it ends up working out.
Yeah.
So if you ever have a business partner, you need a business partner, make sure that you guys are able to communicate with each other. And also have the same amount of passion for what you're doing. And I think that's another reason why we work out so well, is we both have the same amount of passion for music, for the community, for taking care of the people around us, loving people, and also wanting those people to get their shine.
Yes.
For sure. Like, we always are trying to have people, just give them more and more opportunities.
Yeah.
For sure. And that's why we're doing the full package. Like, in Virginia, and I've said this before on podcasts and stuff, and you've noticed too, that being an artist in this area, you can go to however many open mics during the week and however many open mics throughout the year, and you start to feel like you're on a plateau. You start to feel like you're not progressing. And a lot of people want to leave the area and they want to go to Atlanta or New York or LA and stuff so they can be seen and heard. And we deserve to have that here in the 757. And we're going to do that here. And we're
there's no
already
reason
doing
we
it.
Can't.
Exactly. Exactly. And so, yeah, our dynamic is like literally yin and yang.
Unstoppable.
Yes.
Most
Yes.
definitely. People.
Yeah.
People are a challenge. Not necessarily in a bad way.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what makes us unique. We all
Yeah.
have different temperaments. We have different lifestyles. we have different ways of communication.
Yeah.
And what one person may think they fully communicated to us, to us we're like, you didn't say anything, so really being doing anything that involves a lot of people, not only people but creatives, because we take their creative work very seriously,
Yeah.
just like they take it very seriously. But we have to understand that when you're working with all creatives, because our team was a collection of creatives as
Yeah.
well, you're going to get some, there's going to be some some tempers flare. People are, like I said, it's not necessarily bad or people have attitudes. It's just people are very passionate about what they do and who they're working with. And
Right.
so I think for me, that was the biggest challenge. Logistics was not really a big challenge for us.
No.
Military, I already have two other businesses. Like logistics comes pretty natural. It just takes time. You just have to intentionally want to be consistent
Yeah.
with that. But from my perspective, just like dealing with people and understanding we're not going to make everybody happy
Yeah.
ever, but that, as long as we do things in kindness,
Yeah.
we still have to be direct.
Yes.
So sometimes we still got to be direct, but we can still be kind
Yeah.
in doing that.
Yeah. I think another obstacle that we were dealing with was the distrust of the creative community, but it's also understandable, right? So we've talked about it before as well, that there have been shows, I've also been a victim to it, but shows where the artists are being extorted.
Yeah.
So when artists are having to pay a stupid amount of money to go on stage for 5 or 10 minutes, and it's, yes, it is exposure, and as an artist you do have to invest in yourself.
Yeah.
But there's a difference between an investment and getting scammed, right?
Yeah.
So us being like, hey guys, we're filming a TV show, and so of course people are going to look at us and be like, nah, like
We know what they say.
No.
This is what
We
most
already
people
know.
said. We know how Virginia does TV
Yeah.
shows
Yeah.
and
For
music
sure.
competitions.
Yeah.
you know.
And there's some other amazing music entities and creative entities that are in this area, and those are the ones that we team up with.
Yes.
So we are definitely realizing that, and we've realized that we have to earn people's trust in the area. So once you guys see these episodes, we are really hoping, and we think that you guys will understand that we mean business. Like, period. Like, yes, like we mean business. This is so serious to us, and you guys are serious to us, and music is everything to us.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I agree. And I just want to say this, not everything is about money, obviously.
No.
We have a lot of partnerships and like, sponsorships that have nothing to do with money. But I just want to point out one thing on how serious Nina and I are. We took everything that we had to our name, and I mean everything.
Yeah.
Like our retirements, like we literally put everything into this, which seems completely insane. There was many times throughout the process where I was very, I was freaking out. I was like, did we really just do this?
Yeah.
But the whole reason why we, I just want people to understand, we put everything on the line because we really, really, truly believe that, that things are gonna get better in our area.
Yeah. Oh, we have a live question. Yes.
Yeah.
So January 11th at 5 p.m. we'll be at Family Fun Experience in Virginia Beach. That's going to be right on the ocean front. So once again, January 11th at 5 p.m. we are doing our red carpet premiere of our live audition. So make sure you come out. It's a black and white tie affair. So we're dressing fancy. And yeah, we'll see you there. Yeah.
That's really funny you say that.
Someone just said we should come to Detroit.
That's really funny. Yeah, you say that because we have been asked you know, if we'll ever consider taking this outside of Virginia. And the answer to that is yes. Some of the cities we have, I mean, we'll always be in Virginia. We'll always run it in Virginia. We'll always run it from Virginia. We're not going to leave Virginia.
Yeah.
You know, that's one thing we're very serious about. But some of the cities, Detroit,
Fayetteville.
North Carolina, there for 7 years. You know, I know there's a huge music scene there, you know, and Pittsburgh, you know, Pennsylvania. There's so many other cities that, you know, that could benefit from the package.
Right.
You know, so that's definitely, Detroit is on our radar too.
Yes. So there was an original song that we had that's out on our Instagram, and that's what we consider like our team song. Yeah. So that's our team song for
our team song.
Yeah,
Which you've probably seen the video.
Yeah.
We did a little music video for my team.
Yeah.
You would have seen our team, you know, kind of getting together doing that. So, but as far as the other one now.
Yeah. So we actually came up with the idea, and hi. So speak of the devil, Zeke just walked in, by the way. But so we came up with the idea that for each season we would do a new rendition of a theme song. So for the season coming out, we do have a new theme song, and we're very excited for you guys to hear it. So we have a team song, and then we have a theme song. So we are very excited for you guys to hear it. It's groovy, it's funky, it's so exciting just to listen to. But yeah, we're super excited for you guys to hear it.
Yeah, it's going to be coming out probably around the same time that we release the show.
Yeah. I would say for myself, if there's any doubts or if there's any questioning of wanting to be a part of this or even see what we're doing, we have shown, and we're still showing once we release the TV show, that, like I said, we mean business. So this is very serious to us. This is our life. Like, we have our jobs that we work on our normal day-to-day basis, but this is what we want to do for the rest of our lives. And if anyone else that's like-minded, you want to build a community and a team with people that are going to support you and are going to bring you up. So we definitely are always growing, you know, our team and growing the people that we surround with us. So we would just love to have you guys come. If you're an artist or you know an artist, then make sure you come out and see what we're doing. And, you know, it's also going to be a great networking opportunity.
Yes.
So a lot of our judges are renowned judges, whether they are Grammy nominated or they're in the Recording Academy, recording artist, international hostess, renowned producer. So we're going to have, it's very much going to be a networking opportunity as well. And like she said earlier, we're going to try to bring out some local radio stations, some news networks, and some very important people in the community. So
yeah, and I just want to say also before we kind of wrap up, you know, we're not too proud to say we need help.
Yeah,
like we need help for season 2.
Yeah,
you know, we bet everything on season 1.
Yeah,
and I don't regret it.
Yeah,
I don't regret it for anything. But you know, we want this to really be, you know, something that is ongoing, multiple, you know, forever, you know, seasons. And so for that type of, you know, scenario, we're going to need help. Yeah. We need, you know, to partner with other businesses and organizations in the area, as well as having, you know, obviously artists who want to be a part of this competition. So if you know, if you're an individual or business who is interested in partnering with us in any type of way, please reach out to us, you know, DM us on Instagram. We always will we'll come sit down, set up a meeting. You know, we're all about having mutually beneficial partnerships with people in the community, whether you're here or even, you know, if you're in California or Detroit, you know, anywhere, you know, this is something that, like I said, we really, really know is going to be special. So please get in while you can.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh. Do we think it's difficult for artists to become a part of the full package if they're doing okay. Is it difficult for artists to basically come on board with us if they're doing their own music like through the internet? That's what the question was. Okay. So, no, I don't think it is because say for example, whether we've seen artists in person or if we see them on social media and we know they're in the area, it might not be from the full package page, but we're always watching. Like whether
Always.
I send a follow or she sends a
Always
follow. So we're always watching and we're always looking for artists. And since we are eventually going to be looking for new contestants for season 2, right now we're doing some behind the scenes investigations and looking at people and sending them to each other. So, you might get a DM. So make sure you watch out for that. But I don't think in there's such a saturated pool of people that's in the music industry and we're all trying to punch through that glass ceiling for getting attention, right? Getting attention by the right people or sometimes it's the wrong people in the music industry. But either way, we're trying to get more streams, more views, more of all that kind of stuff. Definitely make sure that you're promoting yourself. And one thing that's my motto is annoy people as much as you can. The more that people see your face and they hear your music, the more people are going to hear your music and see your face.
Yes.
So whether you're in a room of 5 people, in a room of 20 people, in a room of 1,000 people, there's going to be half the room that likes your music, half the room that doesn't like your music. But what you need to care about is the half that does care about your
That's
music.
right.
So that being said, that's the internet too, right?
Yeah.
So there's going to be people that like it, that don't like it, but do it for you.
Yeah.
Do it for you.
And another thing about being a part of the competition, I just want to say that the artists who made it to the end of the competition, they had enough songs. Just imagine this. In 4.5 months, some of these artists wrote and performed like 8 songs.
Enough for an album.
That's enough for an album.
Yeah.
So you literally, when I say the challenge, that's why we give workshops.
Yeah.
That's why there's going to be so many more workshops coming for season 2. But this is truly it truly was a boot camp, but it truly benefits artists who really want to get more music out there, because in 4.5 months you could have a whole album done.
Yeah.
Whereas, most of the time we're procrastinating people. We procrastinate, but we want everything fast at the same time. But if you can imagine that in 4.5 months you could have a whole album done, that seems like a really, really great way to kickstart your career.
There will be a cover charge. So someone just asked for the red carpet premiere, will there be a cover charge? And yes. And so also when we did our filming of the episodes, we had a cover charge. But since we're doing this like for the community, I promise you, we do not charge an arm and a leg. Like even for the filming, we did what, $5?
Yeah.
We did $5 for the main episodes. Then we did $10 for the trailer release.
Yeah.
And so what did we
Which
discuss,
was just
15?
to pay our team.
What
Yeah.
did we discuss, 15?
Yeah.
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 So for January 11th, it's going to be $15. But remember, we're going to have snacks. We're going to have drinks. It's going to be a basically 4-episode viewing party. So yeah, $15. I don't think that's too bad. I would pay that.
Yeah. And
So-
and we, during the season, like I said, that was for our team.
Yeah.
A lot of our team, they volunteered their time through the entire season. And so we wanted to give them a tip, so we did that. That had nothing to do with us making anything,
Yeah.
And covering our expenses is definitely, that's important in this type of event. That's something that is important to us, but we're not out here to, we don't want to make money from people coming to view it.
Yeah.
Where we would like to make money as owners is people who, for this to continue to go on,
Yeah.
for us to get picked up, by a network, or for us to, our streaming, people wanting to watch it and loving to watch it. That's more our interest of on the business side of it.
Yeah. So right now, whether you're viewing, so we're also on our personal lives, but definitely make sure to go follow our Instagram page. So it's at the Full Package Contest VA.
Yep.
And also just keep your eye open. Yeah. And we're on YouTube as well. So keep your eye open, stay tuned. We're going to drop some flyers for the event. We're going to have some more content, some brand new content. Yay! Shout out to Work Hard, Play Harder and Create and Elevate Marketing. So they're helping us, start showing you guys some of the behind the scenes and what we did for the show. So you guys will see that very, very soon. So just make sure, stay tuned with us on social media and clear your calendars for January 11th.
And tell other people.
Yeah.
Send it to other people. Like if you know other artists, or just in general, people who love watching, music competitions of any kind, just send them our Instagram.
Yeah.
Like she said, follow the YouTube. Regardless, follow the YouTube, because a lot of the content behind the scenes is going to be on our YouTube and our Instagram.
Yep.
While we're releasing the actual show.
Yep.
So just word of mouth. Let other people know who we are. We're here. We're very approachable.
Yeah.
Just send us DMs. We're here to to support the community,
Yeah.
all of you. And so we hope you will love to support us as well.
Okay. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to our live. For myself, Nina Nicole, and Michelle Young, this was Back to Business for the Full Package. And you guys will be seeing us more often, so make sure you tune in. We're going to make sure to let you guys know when we're doing more lives. But once again, I'm Nina Nicole and
Michelle Young. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thank you guys. And this is the Full Package.
Yay!